Hello and welcome once again to World Radio League. I'm Andy N0APX. Thank you for jumping on the live stream. I'm the product manager for said World Radio League. Let me adjust my camera here. Hope you all are doing well. Great to see we've already got some people popping in. Feel free to drop any questions you have in the comments down below, and we'll get to you when we can. Got some sneak peek of some stuff gonna show up here. Let me make sure I've got audio here, and then I'll kill my music. I'll kill it right here. There we go. Good enough. All right, guys. Great to see you. More of you coming in. We're gonna double check our audio, make sure we're sounding good. Okay, looks like we're good for now. Fire up the radio, get it rolling. Let's see here. Let's check our comments. Rodney, KJ5FWC in the chat. No radio tonight, more storms tomorrow. I get it, Rodney. We've got some definitely coming. Thanks, Rodney. Good audio. Thank you. And see more of you jumping in there. Just keep dropping comments, questions, thoughts in the chat down below. We'll get to our sneak peek here in just a few minutes. Ben, great to see you over on Facebook. Welcome. Joining us from Mexico tonight. Great to see you. Who else is in the chat? Who else is watching? Drop a comment in the chat, and we'll give you a shout out. So great to see everybody here. Let me go ahead and get my screen shared right quick. What we're going to look at first of all is just the typical World Radio League screen. So let's see, we want to look at this tab first. There we go. Hey, Daniel W2DIY. I love that call sign. That is a beautiful call sign. W2DIY. Happy Thursday to you as well. Great to see you in the chat. Great to see everyone popping in here. And Daniel, where are you joining us from today? Absolutely. I had to claim it. Yeah, that's a fantastic call. Fantastic call. Long Island, New York. Are you a member of the Long Island CW Club? I recently joined them from here in my home state of Missouri, but they have a wonderful online CW program, and I was able to join them, and yeah, really been enjoying that. So we're looking at our main home page here for World Radio League. First of all, we'll get over to our top secret environment here. And now I don't know if all of you guys that were making requests the other day are in the chat right now, but there are some things requested the other evening on a live that are coming to fruition very soon. They're in testing. We're going to be releasing them very soon. So super excited to see that. Daniel W2DIY, not a member of LICW yet, but fairly new to the hobby. Keep an eye out. We should be having a QRM episode. If you haven't seen our QRM podcast, go check that out. We should be having an episode. We'll be recording it, I believe, next week. And we plan on interviewing a couple of guys, one or two of the guys from LICW, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, great to see you. All right. So first of all, if anybody's on the air and you want to work me, right now I'm on 20 meters. I can go up, probably better not go down. But I can go up through 15, 10, that vicinity. If you want to work me, just give me a frequency. I'll meet you there. Rodney, KJ5FWC, 5,445 QSOs. Let's go ahead and look you up, Rodney. 114 DX entities. That is fantastic. All WRL since Thanksgiving 2024 primary logger. 4 of those QSOs are mine, Rodney. 4 of those QSOs here you can see I have logged with you. So 3 FT8, 1 single sideband while I was doing POTA. It's awesome. Awesome. All right, yep, there we go. 5,000. That's a great number. Fantastic. Fantastic. Looks beautiful. And look at that. You've worked 3,270 grid squares. You can see here Rodney's QSO is broken down by band, by mode. And we'll look at a map here. We can see his last, I don't know, his last like 100 or 200 maybe contacts. But you can see that here. And then also, that's a beautiful map. We can also jump over here and look at his biography. You can see here Rodney's got a beautiful biography page. Sorry I'm picking on you tonight, Rodney, but your biography page is really beautiful here. So take a look at Rodney's biography. There, it looks good. Looks fantastic. Just the way the biography was meant to be used. Looks like you've got 25 states confirmed. That's awesome, Rodney. Fantastic. And you're up to 50 DX worked. Well, you're up over 100 DX worked. We currently don't offer the 100 DX award for if unconfirmed. That one's kind of an exclusive confirmed only at this point. We're looking at possibly changing that, but we're kind of in a deciding phase at this point. Joining us from Switzerland, 3:50 local time. Great to see you in the chat. If anybody else is new here, feel free to jump in the chat. We'll give you a shout out. And like I said, if you want to work me, go ahead and get on the air. I'll meet you where you're at, or I'll try at least. All right. So yeah, as you can see here, we've got a lot of features. Hey, Otis N0APX, great to see you. All 50 states, Rodney, and 100 DX work. That's great. That's beautiful. Oh, these are your featured awards. I get it. So if I jump over here, okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we should be able to see. Oh, I think whenever you get 50 states confirmed and 100 DX confirmed is the way we set it up, I believe. But like I said, we're kind of in a decision phase as to whether to keep it that way or to switch over to allowing unconfirmed and just the little endorsement here once it's confirmed. But all right. So let's check band conditions. Band conditions are awful, so if you're not able to work me, I get it. It's they're pretty bad right now. Really bad, in fact. Wow, that's the lowest sunspot number I've seen for a while. Yeah. Looks really poorly at the moment. But we've still got some contacts being logged here, so looks good. All right, guys, let's dig into a little bit of a sneak peek of some things coming up here. I'm going to pull that screen off, and I'm going to share a different browser tab. You know what? I'm going to, before I do this, I'm going to switch this here. This is not going to be real live data. This is our development data, so keep that in mind. And there we go. So you can see here we've got some interesting profile pictures in our internal development environment here. So keep that in mind that it's not real data. HOA QDH antennas very compromised. Yeah, Rodney, absolutely. I think we saw those on your profile. We can jump back over there here in a little bit and take a quick look. But here we are in our dev environment, and this, like I said, this is not real live data. This is testing only, so the band conditions are not correct. But here's something we've got coming up right away, or hopefully right away. I know several of you asked for this, so here we go. Look at this button right here. See, we have clusters. We've got a tag here. This is labeled POTA. If you hover over it, you can see it's labeled POTA. Now, if I jump in here, I can now turn on SOTA spotting data, WWFF spotting data, and W3LPL DX cluster data. Now, like I said, this is internal testing right now, so everything may not work perfectly until we get it to release. Here you can see these are all DX spots. You can now just copy one to your log. You've got a DX spot here. Looks like I've already worked N3QE. This is very much a current work in progress. You can see this is still updating once per minute. Look at that. I've now got this pause button right here. So this will no longer update until I resume. Into NWK watching. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're taking a sneak peek at the new and upcoming features inside World Radio League. So feel free to stick around for a few minutes. Guys, drop questions, comments down below. I love the interactive nature of these live streams, so feel free to hop in there and give us some material. So yeah, let's watch this for a minute here so you can kind of see what's going on. Start dropping some comments down below. But yeah, this is basically pulling from SOTA, WWFF, W3LPL. Cluster, and dropping that all here. We do have some exciting changes. This is not, like I said, this is not a final version. We have some exciting changes planned for this. This was just dropped internally today, in fact. So we're getting our first look at it too. So, but this is really exciting stuff, and hopefully within a couple weeks it will be out. So. Any word on desktop for offline use? Honorable mention to Mac, which already has it since the iPad. Yes, yes, yes. So, Daniel, yes. Actually, we just had a meeting today, and the developer that's working on the desktop app has had some more information for us. He's got a lot of the structure ready. And I'm going to be doing some probably some one-on-one work with him to get it prepped and ready for market. But yeah, it's getting a lot closer. He's got a lot of the structure already put together, and it should not be too much longer before the desktop offline app is available. So keep an eye out. We're super excited. This is one of our biggest requested features, and we're trying to do it right. But we're really excited because it's coming, and it's coming fast. So Rodney says new selections and the pause will be very helpful. I'm glad you think so. I'm super excited about it as well. Looks like TX9A is on tonight. TX9A is current DXpedition. Looks like South Korea's even on. Wow. I'm surprised with the band conditions as poor as they are that all these are being spotted, but that's fantastic. It's really great. Guys, what other questions do we have tonight? We've got some. Let me pull something up here. Let's see if I'm allowed to share any more information with you guys. I've got some. So we will be releasing our own internal call sign database soon. That should be regularly updated. So we're really excited about that. No more need to use your the third-party services we have used in the past. So we're really excited about that. What else do we have here? Guys, if you haven't heard yet, we've already announced this. We are going to be the official logbook, the official leaderboard for the WRTC 2026 next year World Radio Sport Team Championship. We were selected to be the official scoreboard for them. So super excited to be. We'll be doing some work there to kind of enhance our contesting platform to work with that. And in the meantime, that will also, improve contesting overall as we do that. So yeah, right now we've got 3 clusters specifically, and I believe if I understood our developer right today, we will be adding the option to add. Not sure if that's in here yet or not. We'll be adding the option to add more clusters. If you have clusters you want, you can currently you can submit them to us, and we'll try to get them integrated. But we may have eventually the option to add further clusters. I'll talk to the devs about that. But yeah, I think we'll be adding more clusters at a future date. Select FT8. Does it spot just the main band or the actual frequency? So if I grab FT8 here, then that filters all the FT8 spots, and you can see the actual frequency. I'm trying to understand your question, Rodney. These are all FT8 spots here. Shows the frequency. I may have misunderstood your question. If you want to clarify that, I'll circle back to you. Eugene Betancourt. I hope I pronounced that correctly. How are we doing tonight? Doing fantastic. Great to see guys like you in the chat. Super excited to be doing this with you guys, kind of interacting with y'all. And yeah. If you have any questions, any thoughts, comments, anything you'd like to see in World Radio League in the future, drop that in the comments below, please. Give me 2 minutes, guys, or actually maybe a half a minute. I've got a 3D print behind me, and I want to make sure I need to get started. It should take me only about 30 seconds to get it started. Stick with me here, and you can watch our spotting system here as it grows. There we go. 1 mode, 3 clusters. Let that refresh, and then we'll pause it right there. There you go. You can see that. Well, we'll let it refresh here. Make sure we've got all the current data. Like I said, Rodney, if you want to clarify that question, I'll definitely circle back to you. All right, guys, give me 30 seconds here. I'll be right back. All right. Saying hello from WRL. Hello, Andy from WRL. Well, hello. Good to see you in the chat. Okay. Rodney asking for when you are using cat control with WSJTX. Will it set the radio to the exact frequency of the spot. Okay. So currently our setup is we've been turning off. Rodney, I would love to get your feedback on this. Honestly, are you in a position where you can jump on the live? Because I would love to talk to you about this. If you're in a position where you can jump in on the live and I can kind of get some live feedback from you, that'd be great. If not, I totally get it, and we'll do it through comments. But if you're in a position where you can, I'll bring you on for a couple minutes. We'll wait for Rodney to answer that. And yeah, Rodney is a great friend of the okay, Rodney, here, let me grab you a link. I'm going to shoot you a link through Discord, Rodney. Rodney is our oh, who we got on here? Rodney is one of our fantastic members. He's a really good friend of the company, and a friend of mine as well. He's actually beta testing an antenna for me. If you guys are interested in a 20-meter infed half wave, go to N0APX.com and check it out. Vince VE6LK actually just did a video. I'm shooting Rodney a link here, and he'll jump on with me. In just a moment. We'll give him just a minute to hop in here. Give him a minute here. And okay, I see you in there, Rodney. Give me just a second, and I'll add you into the stream here. Here we go. All right, we'll get you added in. How you doing, Rodney?
Doing well, Andy. Glad to be a part of the live stream tonight.
Absolutely. We appreciate you jumping on here. So yeah, I wanted to kind of talk this one through with you and get your feedback. So what has your experience been with cat control? Have you found that WSJTX does not really play nice with other cat control softwares? Do you have to disconnect from WRL cat control before WSJTX will allow you to connect to your radio?
I actually have WSJTX and then select WRL as the logging and listening on it. And then what I'm doing is I get the QSO from the FT8 and I put it in and I hit log on there. But I fill in the call sign in WRL, get the name and the precise grid square, fill that in and make my notes in the WRL or the FT8 log for it. If it's POTA, the park they're at, everything like that, then hit log, and then it goes and fills into the logged structure of WRL. Because I know one of the things that I was looking at is if I could get it to log into the fill-in area of the WRL, so that way you could correct anything there before you hit log into WRL, sort of as a double buffer.
So that's what you figured out how to do. You figured out how to get it to go into the into the entry structure then instead
No,
of
no, I
instead
have
of logging
I
straight
have
into your
not yet.
logbook?
I have not
Okay.
yet.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's where I'm
Okay.
still hung up
That's
on.
what you're wanting to do. Okay.
Yeah, because a
Okay.
lot of
Okay.
times,
Let me pull up
if
my
you're
notes.
looking at it,
That is
okay,
fantastic feedback.
a lot of times if you're doing it, the grid square doesn't match what's in WSJTX because it's pulling the QRZ data.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
pulling from the POTA
Yeah.
site, you might get it, but a lot of times it's off a little bit.
Okay. Let me get this popped in here real quick. Data to entry fields screen. All right. So you want it to be able to, whenever you hit log, you want it to populate your fields, and then you can edit it and finish logging when you're done. That makes a lot of sense.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And you may need to have like a from WSJTX, like for the grid square, and what you pulled up so that you can compare the two. Because if they're doing POTA, you've already got the park in there. But they may have put a different grid square, especially if it's a trail or it's a multi-location park.
Yeah.
Their grid square that they're using inside WSJTX may differ slightly.
Yeah. So the trail situation, that is where you'll want to use the data that is pulled from WSJTX. In the situation of a just a single park, that data is usually what we pull the location from. We pull it from the park over the rather than the QRZ location. We'll pull the park location.
Correct. Yeah, and that seems to work well as a confirmation. Yeah. But that's what I'm doing right now is I put their call sign in the WRL entry, see all of their data just as a cross check. That way I get their name added to the log.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
And it makes it more personal with that.
Let me get that add name. Okay, perfect. All right. So really, what you would like to do is you would like for when you hit that log button, you want it to pull up all their information in the World Radio League page, do a QRZ lookup on them, except for their grid square. You want to copy their grid square over from WSJTX.
Or have the option of having both. Have one that's provided by WSJTX and have the one that's pulled up so that you can compare and contrast and say, okay, this is the one I want to log.
Yeah, I get that. That doing both may get a little bit interesting, but if you pull the one from WSJTX, then it's pretty much guaranteed you're going to confirm because that's the one that they're going to have logged. So typically,
and that's the one they've entered, so that's where you're going to try and confirm them.
Absolutely.
I just like to get the 6-digit, if possible.
Yeah. So back to this other question about cat control on WRL versus cat control on WSJTX. Which one do you use? Is your WSJTX connected to your radio, or is World Radio League connected to your radio?
Well, WSJTX, when I click on that QSO, it is setting the radio to that to start the QSO on it.
Okay. So you're using WSJTX. Okay, yeah. Right. Okay, yeah. So World Radio League is typically logging the exact frequency that comes from WSJTX. It's not logging just just the mode or just the band. It's actually pulling the hard frequency across. Right,
and that's what I've seen. But when I try and enter that frequency, if I'm doing just a fill in the blank thing into the WRL. And I deviate from, let's say, 14.074.
Yeah.
At 14.07526 in there, it changes it to CW, not FT8, even though it's in the authorized data area.
Yeah, let me make a note here. Okay. Wait, I'll make a note of that. That way we can kind of do some work on the back end to correct that. That's a very good call out. So basically, if you're using WSJTX to log your FTA for everybody else's benefit, if you're using WSJTX to log your contacts straight across through our listener app, it will log it as FT8 mode and it will log the exact frequency. However, if you enter that frequency, if it's not right on 14.074, it will pull up the CW mode instead of the FT8 mode because the official FT8 frequency is 14.074, which is what we set it to, but it can definitely deviate around from that a little bit. So we'll do some work on the back end to make that auto populate correctly.
Right. And if I'm setting the log up, if I'm setting the log up as an FT8 log, that's where I would hope you could lock that into those frequencies.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe. And we have some great work coming on logbook templates, and we may be able to incorporate something like that into here. So let me add that.
Yeah, creating a digital template would be great for being able to set that up. And, because right now you just select the mode, and like you said, it wants to set it at the assigned frequency. But if you can create it as a template, then you can set the parameters and better handle that.
And guys, we have custom templates coming, so you'll be able to set up your own template the way you want it, save it, keep it. If you have a paid subscription at all, any level, you'll be able to save it, keep it, use it. It's going to be great. So we have just a couple comments. If you've got some time, Rodney, we've got a couple comments I'd like to catch up on right quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Daniel said, super interested in Rodney's question. Hopefully, so you're getting your HF antenna soon. Can't wait to get on HF and digital modes. Yeah, we have a video we're going to be recording soon on how to use WSJTX. And so Daniel, keep an eye out for that. Really excited about that one. And hopefully this conversation here kind of answered your question. If you have any further questions for us tonight, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Jacob, KJ5IZS, jumping in the comments. Hey, Jacob, how you doing? Great to see you. Jose Ramos, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Hello from Florida. Great to see you. Sean, doing great, Sean. Hopefully you're doing great. Good to see you in the chat. And Rodney, Jacob saying hi to you as well. Rodney and Jacob, let's just say they go back a ways. So
we're both members of K5 Cal, the Fort Worth
there you go.
Cowtown Amateur Radio Club.
That's awesome. All right. And while I'm looking through these comments, Rodney, have you got I can't remember which day I shipped out your kit. Have you got that in the mail yet?
It is arriving Saturday. It is arriving Saturday, and I've got the first round of extra build parts from Amazon, and the second one is being ordered tomorrow. So
fantastic. So Rodney, on a bit of a personal note, I've got a new antenna on the market. You can see it at N0APX.com. Rodney's one of my beta testers, and he's doing some extra work to help me out, with experimenting with some changes here and there. So Rodney, I really appreciate it. Eugene saying hi to Jacob. Here we go. Yeah, WD0OM kind of hit the nail on the head here. The problem is WSJTX and WRL can't both control the radio. That is definitely an issue. Now, I think we have some updated guidance from another one of my coworkers. If you guys have been in the community at all, you've probably seen Brad. He's a recent addition to the team, and he's absolutely killing it. He's doing an awesome job. But he kind of dug into this a little bit into how to, use multiple softwares with RCAT control all at once, including things like Grid Tracker and the like. And so we're going to be kind of putting together a video on that. He kind of gave me sent me some guidance on that. So I'll be looking at that. We'll be getting a video together on that. And we're going to look into seeing if I think the problem with WSJTX is they don't really play nice with that somehow that cat connection wants to be the only thing connected to the radio for some reason, and I don't think you can really connect WSJTX and anything else to your radio at the same time. Now, Rodney, if you've had a different experience, tell me.
No, I think what I'm looking at, and I've read through some of Brad's notes, is being able to use Grid Tracker as the connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then having it go as multiple connections out to WSJTX and to WRL using the HRD feed.
So they can both control the frequency.
Well, or both get data from Grid Tracker. So you're using Grid Tracker to set the frequency as you connect and try and get to a QSO on it, but that will then populate WSJTX and get you to the information sent into WRL.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've got to read through a little bit more of Brad's information there, but I did see it, and that's the kind of stuff that will make this thing just take off.
Absolutely. Yeah. We were, like I said, we were in a meeting earlier, and Brad was telling me about this, and so I'm going to read through his notes, hopefully put together a video for you guys, kind of explaining how to do this, and that should maybe WD0OM, that should probably solve some of your issues there. And Daniel here, he's agreeing with WD0OM. That's kind of the problem, is they're just not really, they don't want to play together at all. So that's definitely going to be the what we're going to be looking at. Sean saying thanks for sharing, Rodney. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Rodney.
Yeah, I think the Grid Tracker intermediate interface is where this is going to allow different things to happen. And it's really then getting that set up is going to be the thing that will work there. And like I said, right now I've got the cat control working with WSJTX and the logging through WSJTX into WRL, and I just make the decisions on how I want it to come in with what data in there. And it fits what I'm needing at the moment, but I know a little bit more research, you may be using some of Brad's stuff and everything, is going to make this go a lot smoother.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Daniel W2 DIY in here saying when he was first getting into WSJTX and CAT, there's a few things he had to tweak because they were both trying to control the radio at the same time. Yes, we have a disconnect button in ours. If you're trying to directly connect to it, right now they both will not directly connect at the same time. So we have a disconnect button in our cat control so that you can disconnect from the radio and then start listening to WSJTX. So if you want to use WSJTX, you can just, you can disconnect your cat control, turn on start listening to WSJTX. That way you're streaming those contacts across from WSJTX as you're logging them within WSJTX. They get automatically sent over to your World Radio League logbook. So
the other option might be running
that's
like
the way that's working,
FL Digi.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
And having another intermediary
thing. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, but like I said, right now,
WD0. Sorry, go ahead.
No, right now, the fact that we have these capabilities controls is so much better than what we had prior.
Oh yeah.
So we know we're moving in the right direction.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And if you're not using WSJTX, not an issue. You just connect your radio using our cat control. You can copy a spot to your logbook and it automatically sets your radio to that frequency. It's just, it's really smooth if you're not using, another software like WSJTX. If you're like doing single sideband or CW or something, and you want to just use our cat control, it's great. But if you need to do something with FT8, definitely WSJTX is, we've got that listener in there set up so that you can stream those contacts across. WD0OM saying now WSJTX can do cat control through another program. It works with HRD, for example. Okay. See here.
And I know Brad referenced setting HRD up as what was feeding WRL. So I know this is getting worked on in the background, and I think it just needs, like you said, a video to come out to really walk through all the steps.
Oh yeah.
And I think this will be a big win check mark on this.
Oh yeah. And historically, cat control's always been a little bit complicated, but we're trying to simplify it as much as possible. So we're definitely going to be looking into this. WD0OM said he likes the idea of doing both. World Radio League has a great opportunity for synthesis here. All right, that's probably in reference to what we were discussing earlier. Jacob saying, Rodney, he said he wants you to help him get FT8 set up sometime to do an activation. I'd love to get you in the log, Jacob. That'd be a lot of fun. All right.
Yeah, the only thing Jacob has is he's got his kilo already at one of the local parks here in the DFW area, and he just started on POTA.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
And he's the only kilo at that park.
Nice. So Stuart Corey says, but WRL has two modes, one passive that's listening, and another for SSB that hogs the COM port. That's an interesting idea. Let me grab that. Where's my screenshot? Here we go. Let me grab that comment, Stuart. I'm going to pop that over into my notes to send to my dev guys, and we'll definitely look at that. Thank you for that. Rob KB6JFL, hello. No worries about being late. Great to see you. WD0OM, Stuart Corey already does that. So I think Stuart was actually talking about listening to Grid Tracker. So yes, I get where Stuart's coming from. It's a little bit different than the current setup. So we'll be looking at that. So Daniel saying you don't need to start the radio connection, but you can still have yes, Daniel. So you can literally, instead of connecting to your radio, you can just go down and start listening to your. It's a separate part of the app. You can start listening to your WSJTX port, and it will just you can just every time you log one of those, you make sure you click that log button in your WSJTX software. It will stream that contact straight into your World Radio League logbook. You don't have to touch it, which is the way I've definitely used it.
Yeah, that's how I'm using it right now. And like I said, the only thing I'm doing is just grabbing the name from the
grabbing their name.
QRZ lookup.
Yeah, and I get
everything to just get a more full log event.
Yeah, and Rodney, we might have an alternate option where we actually stream the data across, but do like a QRZ lookup on their name, or eventually we'll have our own internal database, but do a call sign lookup on their name. Add that automatically, so you don't have to keep doing that, and you don't have to. There's still not that third step of clicking the log button. It adds their name, all that information automatically. There could be there could be an option where you can turn that on or off. It could be something we set up automatically. I don't know yet.
Yeah, that may be part of the template.
Still in the. Yeah.
That could be part of your template. Are you going, especially on FT8, if you're going to accept data from WSJTX with a QRZ addition to it, and that way it's templatized, and you don't have to make it for the entire program.
Yeah, there we go. I just added it to my notes to share with the team. Thank you. So let's see here. Stuart says hasn't tried WRL cat control yet. WD0M says, yeah, works great. It's good feedback. KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. Hey, Dave, Dave, how you doing? Great to see you in here. He's actually, about, I think he lives about 30 miles from me, roughly. So he's one of the local guys. Great to see you in there, Dave. KE6GAE, go subscribe to him on YouTube. Jacob,
that's where you need some.
Have a great night. Go ahead, Rodney.
Yeah, that's where you need some 40-meter ground prop. Get
there you go.
to get him in the log.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've gotten activations at Cedar Hill State Park, which is like 31 miles from my house on 40 meters, both on SSB and FT8. and my closest was 3 blocks away. One of the guys from another one of my clubs on 15 meters. So that's my closest QSO.
That's hilarious. 15-meter ground wave. That is so funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I go from like 3 blocks to 10,575 miles to Reunion Island off Madagascar. So I sort of vary across the globe.
Oh, that's great. That's so funny. Yeah. We actually have a really, really robust repeater system here, so I've definitely heard K6GAE on the radio more than once. Jacob saying good night. 7-3, Jacob. Have a good one. Rob, KB6JFL, great to see you, Rob, saying JT Alert works great. It sends the AC log, QRZ AC log, also sends the WRL. Yes, we have, and the AC log integration is just like the WSJTX integration. You can literally just start listening without ever connecting cat control. You can just start listening to your AC log. So, Daniel W2DIY saying, if we need grid tracker to make things communicate nicely, fine by me. Okay, yeah, great feedback, Daniel. We're seeing a lot of info about grid tracker here, so I'm just going to make a note for myself to make sure I follow up on this and get that video done.
It's a great tool. I just haven't got it incorporated with WSJTX, the G90, and everything together.
I will admit I have not really used Grid Tracker that much, so I'm kind of looking forward to diving into it myself, so we can get this video put together.
And you got to remember, I'm making all of these contacts with a G90 and 20 watts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. No. Yeah. G90 was my first one. 20 watts. I worked Australia on 20 watts. I worked Hawaii on 20 watts. It's a great little radio. It's a beautiful little radio.
Now, if I could just catch an Alaska POTA, I'd get the clean sweep on worked all states POTA.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. No, they're up there. I've worked a couple of them before. Keep an ear out for them. You might have to go out in the park yourself and set up and get on SSB so that you can listen for them. But,
I've got Alaska multiple times on the FT8 and SSB. I just can't catch a POTA one. But I did get DC.
I'm pretty sure I've got a couple POTAs in the log from Alaska, so they're definitely up there. Keep
I've got them. Because I've got them on ham alerts, but I just can't get them to respond on there.
Yeah. WD0OM says WRL has been making me really happy, not just with what it can already do, but how responsive we are to reports and requests. Yes. I appreciate that. I really do. Brad's been doing a great job in the community. Our devs have been on top of it, and so we try to be just as responsive as possible, and get right on top of feature requests and bug reports, anything y'all give us.
Right, and that's one of the reasons that I'm a supporter. I'm a founding member, and going to be upping my membership on the renewal. Is I want to see you guys succeed, and I want to make sure you guys have the tools and the resources necessary
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
forward with this thing. Because I believe
Yeah.
you guys are
Absolutely.
actually pushing the future of where this goes.
That's our intention. Yeah, we're trying to branch out into a lot of different areas here with the confirmations and the awards and with contesting, and we're trying to really put together a really
Yeah.
comprehensive and modern system that just really doesn't really exist
Yeah,
until now. So we're yeah.
and since I'm a VE, every time we go through testing, I bring this up because you always get that question. Well,
Yeah.
how do I do logging? Well,
Yeah.
here's what you can do.
Yeah.
You can try for
Yeah.
free. You can grow into the system. Guess what?
Yeah.
This gives you
Yeah.
options and is in a modern thing because you can use it right on your phone, your tablet, or your PC slash
Yeah.
Mac.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we really appreciate that. And yeah, and yeah, we've got Professor Jim and our ham radio prep team also, working to get this, get more people, new generation, into the hobby, and this is kind of the system that we're designing to, to help those people really get engaged. And so it's not like they're coming in something that that looks old that they don't really want to mess with. We want them to get engaged. Um,
Well, and the
KB6G, the
big,
Hillbilly Ham.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
well, oh yeah, win for Yesu. Yes, that was the other one that
Yeah.
got brought up. Uh,
Okay.
and they have
I'm
win
curious
for
about this. I
ICOM,
haven't heard of it. I
and
don't.
they
I
have win
don't.
for
I don't have a
ICOM.
Yaesu or an ICOM. So.
Yeah, but it is a excellent package that turns it into a pan adapter type with all of the
Oh.
controls.
So, have you tried it at all with WRL cat control to see if it works?
Yeah, I don't have a Yezu, but
Okay,
the
good.
Hillbilly Ham may.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, Dave, I don't know for sure. He definitely has a Yaesu. I was using it the other day. I'll have a video coming out on my personal channel. Here, we were at the Moore Off-Roading Overlanding Expo in Springfield the other day, and he let me get on the air with his setup. So, Dave, reach out to me. You can DM me in the community or through Discord on YouTube, wherever you want to send me a message, and we'll talk about that because I have not used that. He says he uses WSJTX through that. Stuart saying grid tracker is a must for WSJTX. Yeah, it's good feedback. We'll definitely we'll be putting together a video for that. Now we just need WRL desktop for Linux. Cat control and the desktop app will be available for Linux in the hopefully not too distant future. We definitely have the resources. We don't have a good test device for Linux, so reach out to me if you're on Discord WD0OM. You can DM me. I'm on a lot of the major ham radio YouTuber Discords, so you can always DM me there, or you can get to me in the community.worldradioleague.com. Tag me at N0APX. We'll talk about if you want to do any testing or anything like that for us for Linux. Daniel says, he's saying how it's amazing how responsive the entire WRL team is. It's why he got a membership. That's great to hear. We love hearing those stories because that's our mission really, is to just do what the community wants, give them give you guys what you really want, and help you guys out as much as we can. We really appreciate getting that feedback.
Yeah, and you got to realize how young you guys are in this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're coming up on World Radio League is coming up. Well, it'll be maybe September or something when we have our second birthday, I think. So yeah, we haven't been here that long. And I think most of us on the team that have our licenses were licensed fairly recently, probably within the last. I was licensed within the last couple of years. Our CEO was licensed within the last, I think, 5 years. So we're all pretty new in the hobby, but we've been really enjoying getting a lot of feedback from a lot of people and putting this thing together. Dave said he got a contact on 20-meter ground wave 12 miles away. That's great.
Bonus. That's a great one to get in the log.
Absolutely. WD0OM often get nearby contacts on 15 and 20 when I go out for POTA. It's crazy. On days of 15 is long, but I still get people a few miles off. That's crazy. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just,
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm on BT.
Stuart's saying he's in, I think that's Vermont. And to take to my friend and talk to his friend in New Hampshire, he's 80 meters during the day. Had the band to ourselves, believe it or not. Wow. Yeah, during the day, I haven't heard a lot of people on 80. So
congrats on 80 meters during a daytime.
Yeah. From Vermont to New Hampshire, yeah, that's.
Oh man.
That's saying that is what I use. JT Alert covers all. Okay, we'll have to look into JT Alert. I'll definitely.
Yeah.
I'll put a note in here for JT Alert.
I'm just celebrating 1 year. Yeah, I'm just celebrating 1 year. I got my ticket for Tech in General April 17th.
Awesome! Great job. That's great.
I used ham radio. I got ham radio prep and got my extra in October, and that's when I got my HF radio. So I haven't been on HF until Thanksgiving of last year. So
nice, absolutely. I've got somebody saying they want to join my Discord, so let me grab you a link here real quick. So I'm posting this in the comments there if you want to jump in on my Discord. Dave Hillbilly Ham said he wants to join it, so if that link does not pop up, Dave, I can reach out to you later. I'll wait to see you to pop in on my Discord. If you don't, after a little while,
I was looking at Win for Yaesu, and I think it can handle up to like 4 connections.
Okay, nice.
So I mean, it's got some power to it.
Yeah. So Dave says he has Grid Tracker with WSJTX and Win for Yaesu. Stuart says Grid Tracker was a game changer. Yeah, all right, that's great. Good to know. Automatically, absolutely. Automatically works across everything. WD0OM says it'll be a test for Linux. Great. I'll be chatting with you. Most certainly. Dave says to be the guinea pig on working to get the setup working with WRL. All right, thanks, Dave. Yeah, like I said, we'll put together a video. If you want to share some information with me on Win for Yaesu, we can definitely use stuff like that. Go ahead, Rodney.
Yeah, the other thing I know has been brought up in the community and others is a export or tie into QRZ.
Yeah,
not having to do an ADIF export.
We made the decision as a team a couple weeks ago. That's definitely a step we want to take. So we're going to be progressing in that direction here. Hopefully in the next few weeks. We've got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of stuff we got to get done, but that is definitely something we've got on the agenda for hopefully the next few weeks, is adding that QRZ integration in. So if you are a subscribed member, if you have a subscription, then you will be able to export your logs to QRZ and maybe LOTW. We're looking at that, but I don't want to misspeak here. You'll be able to import and export. If you have a subscription, I think you might be able to import from those services without a subscription, but I'm not sure on that. So don't take that for absolute.
The big thing is WRL makes an excellent front end for QRZ.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, QRZ is a great repository, but logging is painful. But WRL makes a great front end for both it and LOTW.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm looking at you guys as the premier linkage into that.
The one source of truth for everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I export from WRL, into QRZ, clean up everything from there, submit to LOTW, re-import from LOTW.
Yeah.
The only thing I haven't
Yeah.
done is take it from QRZ back into uh, WRL
Yeah.
because it messes up the leaderboard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And there
Absolutely.
are several times I'm on the worldwide leaderboard and I'm leading the
Uh-huh.
Texas leaderboard, and I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. I get you. Absolutely. Um, so let's see here. Stuart Corey says he did a presentation to your club about World Radio League. That's awesome. Thank you, Stuart. We really appreciate that. Stuart, what's your call sign? I want to get you. I want to get you. I want to get your call sign. I'm going to reach out to you. One of us will reach out to you here in a couple days. If you can shoot me your call sign, I'd love to have that. The membership was shocked at how much had been done already and what was in store. This was 6 months ago. Yeah, give the monthly updates. That's awesome, Stuart. I want your call sign. Send me your call sign if you don't mind sharing it. I would love to get it.
Yep.
WRL got at least 4 new members from my presentation. Wow, yeah. We really appreciate that. Let me just give you a quick stat, guys. We had one of our team meetings today. We had around in the last week. We had around we had well over. This is a low ball number. We had well over 15,000 contacts logged, quite a bit more than that, and nearly 150,000 imported just over the last week. And yeah, it's been growing like crazy the last few weeks. And yeah, we really appreciate Stuart, guys like you spreading the word for us.
Well, and Stuart, if you've got like a PowerPoint or something associated with that, I think, Andy, one of the things that would be great inside the beta tester community would be to have a WRL presentation section, because I would love to do this for my club.
Yeah, absolutely, Stuart. Stuart, I'll reach out to you and see if I can get that from you, if you don't mind sharing it. But we can also work on putting together our own, or even taking yours and kind of refining it a little bit, Stuart. But yeah, absolutely. So Daniel W2 DIY says he just got his ticket back in March of this year. Now a general and studying for extra using ham radio prep. Great, that's fantastic. And I said this earlier, but I just want to say, Daniel, that is an amazing call sign. W2 DIY. It's just beautiful. WD0OM, think QRZ is great front end for LOTW, but WRL is better for actually logging. QRZ is still mainly a database. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from there.
Absolutely
100%.
Agree. Yeah. And that's
QRZ
the way I treat it.
Yeah, QRZ right now is really good database for getting confirmations. But guys, if you keep spreading the word for World Radio League, you might not have to worry about waiting for QRZ to confirm them for 2 logs. So just keep getting the word out there, and you might get all your confirmations on WRL. Rob KB6JFL says use JT Alert to bypass all that. I'm gonna look into JT Alert and see what exactly we're talking about here. Stuart, thank you for your call sign, KC1IFK. We'll be reaching out. You're a founding member as well. Great. We appreciate it. Love to share your presentation, even though it's dated. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we'll go through and refine it. And yeah. Dave K6GAE, I should come do a presentation. Let me know some details, Dave. You have my personal contact information. Let me know some details about some of your club meetings, and there's a possibility I'm going to be at the SMARC Hamfest here in Springfield, Missouri, in the first weekend of June for World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep, and I'll have a little section for my antennas as well. There are a couple. I rented out a couple tables there, so I'll be there. Hopefully, we'll see you there and be spreading the word. And I may be at the Joplin Hamfest, possibly doing a couple presentations down there. So, There you go. Daniel said he grabbed his call sign with the idea of want to do it yourself. That's awesome. always,
That's great.
always believed in going out and doing things myself. Yes, I love the do-it-yourself space, and yeah, it's really fun. That's kind of where my whole antenna idea started, anyway. Grid tracker is better than talent, in my opinion. Yeah. Absolutely. K6JE will have a table at the Smart Hamfest. That's great. That's fantastic. Scott N2TKT. N2TKT. There we go. Says, Andy, could you guys add more digital modes into the modes list in the app? Saw you added more of the desktop, but they're not. Oh, in the mobile app. Oh. I will definitely make a note there. Add digital modes.
And I saw that we cleaned. Yeah, and I saw that we cleaned up. MSFK was removed, and FT4 is now there. I haven't gone back in and played with FT4 yet lately, but I think that'll get rid of that conflict of it resetting itself.
Okay, so the issue we had with the MFSK versus the FT4 was that MFSK, or FT4 is a submode of MFSK, so we weren't getting confirmations done correctly. So I'm not sure. We were in discussions about that this week, so I'm not sure, what all's going on there. If you get a chance, Rodney, do work. If you get a chance to work a couple FT4 contacts, see if they'll confirm properly or not.
Okay.
Like when you export them to your other services, make sure they confirm correctly. If they confirm correctly, great, we're all good. We'll move on. If they don't, let me know, and we'll definitely. Scott says
that's where
so that's great.
Yeah, that's where QSO Manager comes in.
Yeah,
which was a great addition because I go through daily when I'm finished. Select that day's logs. Go through and ensure that my home, my radio, my antenna, my mode, and my power is set. Save it, export, and then I do the ADIF export to.
Yeah. Absolutely. So if you don't know what Rodney's talking about right here, you can go in here, filter by just about anything you want to filter by, and then select those contacts using this select all button, then bulk edit the details. And I do it to add like my radio and my antenna to some of my pod activations and stuff. It's brilliant.
And you also have the date as an option over there.
Oh yeah, you can change the date. You can change whatever you can change whatever.
Yeah, so that has been a lifesaver because I do it every day religiously before I shut down for the night, and because you guys base it on local time for that, not UTC, so it picks up everything that I worked during that physical day based on your location.
Yeah, absolutely. So K6GAE, Dave says, maybe we can have you do a presentation at Nixa Hamfest. I'm highly interested, Dave. I think I sent you. Oh yeah, I sent that link out in the comments. Let me know if you didn't get that. But that Discord invite, I would just reach out to me on Discord. I'll talk to you about it. Scott says FT4 is working. That's good. Dave says, he meant JT Alert, not talent. It was funny either way. But yeah, so Grid Tracker is better than JT Alert. That makes a lot of sense. It's better than talent too. trying to shuffle between everything, but no, I get you. Okay, sounds good. And okay, so they'll reach out. That's great. All right, Rodney, what other thoughts do you have for us tonight?
I think I'm going to drop here in just a little bit,
Absolutely.
But I'm glad to jump on the live stream tonight and greatly appreciate everything you guys are doing with the program.
We appreciate it.
And like I said, this gets put out every test to all the new hams or even ones that are just upgrading to expose them to it.
Yeah.
That's just the
great.
value that WRL has, that you can try it for free, see how you like it, and then move into the extra options, gives them everybody a great chance
Yeah.
to see the same value that I'm seeing in it.
Yeah. Absolutely. We really appreciate it, Rodney. You've been a great founding member and a great asset to our product. We really appreciate it. Have a great evening. Good to see you. And yeah, we have a great rest of your week. We really
All
appreciate it,
right.
Rodney. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yep.
Take care.
All right, 7-3, Rodney.
All right. Bye.
All right, great to see Rodney there. Appreciate him jumping on, guys. If you have any more thoughts, any more questions, comments, put them in the comments here in the next couple minutes. We're going to end the stream here soon. So if you have anything you want to cover, stick it in there. I'll give you a couple minutes here, but yeah, we really appreciate Rodney and Jacob, who's down there with him, and they're members of the same club, and yeah, guys like them. Ernest, we've talked to Ernest from Canada on here before. I'm not sure if we've had him on a live or not. He interviewed me on his YouTube channel, so go check him out, Ernest Vinson. But yeah, he's a great guy, and these guys have all really contributed a lot to the program. And yeah, any one of you, feel free to just reach out and start talking to us, because I mean, this can be any one of you, really. If you start contributing a lot to us, we'll make sure you're taken care of. Even if you just have a simple issue you want to report, just reach out to us, and we'll definitely get you taken care of. Scott asking if we're still taking beta testers. Yeah, reach out, tag me in the community, and tag Brad as well, and we'll make sure to get you added into the beta community in there, and get you set up. So yeah, guys, any of our beta testers, what we really want, we just want you to dig in and try to break anything you can. We can get you into. I think we still got it set up where we can get you into a testing environment, and you can just dig around and break anything you want to, and just let us know what you broke, and we'll fix it. So Dave says we're more than welcome to join him for breakfast. Okay, I appreciate it. Breakfast Thursdays at Golden Corral in Springfield. Okay, good to know. Most Thursdays I'm pretty tied up with work and everything else, but I do appreciate that, Dave. And maybe one of these days, if I'm free on a Thursday, I'll give it a shot. WRL community page has become a daily check-in. Yeah, Brad has been amazing to get in there and help out. Dave saying it'll be a beta tester. Dave, go to community. Here, let me just put this link in here. https://community.worldradioleague.com. Guys, go to that community.worldradioleague.com link and go to our. You just tag me. I think we have a beta testers chat in there. You can tag me and Brad, and we'll get you added. Feature requests I sent in January. Still have the. Maybe it needs an update. Oh, okay. Just okay. So I'm trying to remember what all we have open in the community right now. Drop a note at the end of that saying, just asking if there's any updates. It may be something we overlooked when we were cleaning up the tags on them. Just drop a note on there, and we'll tag me and Brad both, and we'll make sure you're taken care of. The first Saturday. Okay, I get you, Dave. Okay, well there's a chance we'll make it work. Are you guys going to be there the morning? I doubt you'll be there the morning of the Smart Cam Fest, because we have to be there early to set up. So, yeah. Okay, feature. Oh, it's a feature request for QSL cards. Actually, we have QSL card builder on the agenda. In fact, I think the design's nearing completion. So, keep an eye out. That's yeah, that's definitely yeah. It's still kind of it's yeah, absolutely. We're definitely working on that one. But we prioritize bug reports up here and feature requests right below, but bug reports first of all, because we got to make sure we keep everything running smooth. So if you have a bug report, we're going to get you taken care of right away. Feature request, we're going to see how it fits into our schedule, but we're going to, if it's something that we, that we deem important, or a lot of people are asking for, whatever, we try to prioritize it really high. So send you an email. All right, appreciate it, Dave. All right, yep, be there this Saturday. All right. Thank you, Dave. All right, guys. I'm not seeing any more comments. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on. If you have anything, any questions or anything, send me an email, Andy@worldradioleague.com. That way we can kind of have some questions lined up for the next stream. But start shooting me questions on Discord, email, however you want to get them to me, community. And we'll compile. Hopefully, we can compile some questions for the next stream. These are a little bit impromptu, but definitely glad when we can get on here and do them. So 7-3, everybody, appreciate it. 7-2 and 7-3 to everyone. Have a great rest of your week, and yeah, we'll catch you down the road. Appreciate it, everybody. N0APX. I'm clear.